My stepmother hid Dad's original will naming me as heir, so I had her arrested for fraud. I was 24 when my father died suddenly from a heart attack. Dad had been everything to me, a single father who raised me after Mom left when I was 8. He built his construction company from nothing, working 16-hour days so I could have everything he never did. Every night he'd come home covered in sawdust and cement, but he'd still help me with homework at the kitchen table. 3 days after the funeral, his wife Patricia called me to her lawyer's office. They'd only been married 2 years, but she acted like the grieving widow. Patricia was 34, only 10 years older than me, and had met Dad at some charity function. I never trusted her perfectly manicured smile or the way she'd watch me when she thought I wasn't looking. "I'm sorry, Vincent," the lawyer said, sliding papers across the mahogany table. "But your father's will leaves everything to Patricia. The house, the business, all assets." My world shattered. "That's impossible," I stammered. "Dad always said the company would be mine. He's been training me to take over since I was 16. We had plans, blueprints for expansion." Patricia dabbed her eyes with a tissue that looked suspiciously dry. "He changed his mind after we married. Said he wanted me to be secure. You're young. You'll find your own way." Something felt wrong. Dad had shown me his will just 6 months earlier when updating his life insurance. I was listed as primary beneficiary for everything. He'd even joked about me being a rich man someday, said I'd earned every penny by putting up with his terrible dad jokes. I spent that night going through Dad's papers in my apartment, documents I'd helped him organize during his illness. That's when I found it. A copy of his original will, dated just 8 months before his death. I was indeed the primary heir, inheriting 85% of everything. Patricia got only a small trust fund for security purposes, as Dad had written. The will Patricia presented was dated 3 weeks later, but something was off about Dad's signature. The tremor in his hand from his medication made his writing distinctive, shaky but deliberate. This signature was too smooth, too perfect, too confident. I took both documents to a forensic expert downtown. The results were damning. The second will was forged. Patricia had somehow obtained Dad's letterhead and fabricated everything, probably while he was too sick to notice. Armed with evidence, I went to the police. Detective Reynolds reviewed everything carefully, his experienced eyes catching details I'd missed. "This is substantial fraud," he said. "We're talking about $2.3 million in assets." The warrant was issued that afternoon. I'll never forget Patricia's face when they knocked on the door of what should have been my father's house. The shock, then rage, then desperate attempts to explain it away. "Vincent's lying," she screamed as they cuffed her. "He's just a bitter child who can't accept his father loved me more." But the evidence was overwhelming. The forensic analysis, the timeline, the witnesses who confirmed Dad's original intentions. During the investigation, they discovered even more. Patricia had been married twice before. Both husbands had died under suspicious circumstances. Both had last-minute will changes favoring her. As they put her in the police car, she looked directly at me through the window. Her mask had completely fallen away. The woman I'd known for 2 years was gone, replaced by something cold and calculating. "You have no idea what you've started," she mouthed. That's when I realized this was bigger than just stealing my inheritance. Patricia was a predator, and my father wasn't her first victim. I couldn't fit what happens next in this short video. Watch the rest down below.